It literally sucks butt. I'm not objectifying myself to anything that they think. Fucking confusing. I feel like a lot of people don't have this experience, creating those scars on their own skin. You're making all of the right decisions, even if it doesn't feel like you're making the right decisions. You're gonna mess up. It's actually just all of the other stuff. The trauma in my family caused myself more anxiety. Although that fear is very much still alive in my heart.
2, 3, let's go.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence.
Good morning. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day so far, whatever that day looks like. Maybe you're laying in bed right now still. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. Well, my roommate left me a book. She's given me so many books. I don't read that fast, and I really want to read all of these books, but it's gonna take me like a year. So, The Mystery of Love. I would like to read this. I really would, because love is fucking confusing. However, this is a Q&A, so I would like to hang out with you guys while I answer random questions, so that way it makes it more exciting and I can also go about my day. How and when did you decide to become a YouTuber? I actually dated a guy that was really into YouTube. He was a YouTuber. His ex-girlfriend was a YouTuber. I honestly barely watched YouTube. I had no idea being a YouTuber was like a fucking thing. I mainly just looked up boho cute houses on Instagram. That was my social media interaction for the majority of the time. Anyways, he suggested I try YouTube and I try making videos. I had already made videos and was really into photography in high school, so things just kind of started to make sense. Everything in my body just said yes, keep going. And I just had to listen to that intuition and keep going. Anyways, I think that was a really long-winded answer to just, I met a guy and he was really into YouTube and I started YouTube and I liked it. I should have just said that. I'm gonna read now, so. So I'm gonna wash my face and get ready for the day. But while I'm doing that, let's answer a big question of how are you doing with all of the life changes? It's a lot. It's been a lot. I hope the fan doesn't bother you guys. I feel like the sound may be a little bit shh-y, but I'll try to edit it out. Okay, so I'm not going to bore everybody with the extent of the life changes, but to sum it up, I moved across the country. To answer another question within the list of questions that I got, yes, I did want to live with roommates. The rent is definitely a little bit more expensive on this side of the country versus where I was before, but at the same time, it's still comparable. To move to a new city and not know anybody and just live by yourself is very isolating. So I didn't want to do that to myself. I realized living with roommates was probably the best option to meet people and hopefully make friends with my roommates and whatever, and that's been the case. So with all of that, I've been so beyond grateful and happy that everything's worked in that way. Okay, found it. But just the trip in general has caused me so many eye-opening experiences and has really shaped this next stage of my healing process. But it's been really painful, to be completely honest, because I fell into a little bit of a depressive state and I wasn't feeling as good about myself as I would like to admit. I don't know, I've just been really trying to work through the trauma in my family, moving into the mountains and being here and just allowing my heart to be where I want it to be and actually do something so crazy and just for myself has really allowed me a lot of freedom. So with the life changes in general, they feel so fucking right and so real and good and true to me, that it's actually just all of the other stuff that's happened before this life change that are now flowing into my existence because I feel like I'm in the right space to work through it. That's what's causing me difficulties right now, which is really freaking annoying. All right, let's answer some fire questions. What's your favorite book? My favorite book, I would honestly say, as generic as it may sound, Eat, Pray, Love. Like, it just hit me. I feel like it's actually one of the reasons I wanted to go on this trip. I still feel like I'm in my pray moment right now. Do I believe in soulmates? I think there are certain souls that will come into your life that will teach you lessons, and I think all of those people that do that and you feel like that deep connection towards are your soulmates. But I don't think you necessarily have one soulmate, and that soulmate is going to be the person that you spend the rest of your life with. I think that we have so many soulmates, and all of these soulmates come into our lives for a certain reason, time, or season. Would I like to have any animals? Yes, but there's already 2 dogs in my house. Both of my roommates have a dog, and I absolutely love their dogs, and I love hanging out with them. So I'm just kind of enjoying the fact that I have animals around me right now, but I don't have the responsibility of an animal. How is my love life going? I don't know, to be quite frank. I just want nice people in my life, and I guess just trying to figure out what that actually means to me. If somebody comes into my life and I feel like they're a nice person and I could maybe get to know them, then I'll allow space for that. But at the same time, I'm not putting any expectations or pressure on anything because I want it to be natural, and I don't want to cause myself more anxiety. I really do want to say that I did not prepare any of these answers, but let's get deep and real and see what comes up with how did you find purpose when your surroundings expect you to do certain things? To be completely honest, I don't care what my family thinks of me, because a lot of my family is very dysfunctional. So therefore I'm not objectifying myself to anything that they think. To be blunt, to me, my parents are literally just people that decided to have a child, and I just so happen to be that child. And people have been having children for as long as we have lived. Yeah, I'm just here and I'm just alive, and my parents just so happen to be the people that I'm genetically related to, or they're my blood, but that doesn't distinguish who I am. So because I've released that pressure, I feel like it's allowed me a lot more freedom and a lot more space within my own life. And I'm not at all saying or believing that most people live this way. I feel like a lot of people don't have this experience, and that's totally okay and totally valid as well. Reishi, lion's mane, maple syrup. But with that being said, I also knew that I wanted to be quote unquote better than my parents. I wanted to grow beyond the mindsets and the habits that they have, and therefore I put pressure on myself. And I still do put a lot of pressure on myself of what I think about myself, how I could be better, who I want to be. And because I don't have anybody that I model after, sometimes it's a lot of pressure on my internal self. With that being said, the lack of guidance in itself is definitely really difficult. And therefore, you look to society to see what you can do. You look to society for answers. You look to find a peace of mind or a how-to in the world because you don't really have anyone to look up to. And every time I tried to be something or someone that I wasn't, it felt very wrong. Just internally, there's something in your brain that's just no, I'm way too stressed, I'm way too anxious, I don't care. Part of me is, if I don't care about something, then I know that it's not for me. And then I have to be smart enough to let things go. It is actually the best latte. I highly recommend adaptogen mushrooms. They don't taste great, but they're so good, if that makes any sense.
If you're looking to grow your business past the word of mouth concept, then I highly recommend building yourself a website, and let me tell you why. You need a one-stop shop. You need somewhere to send people. Say you're talking to somebody in the supermarket. You tell them what you do. They ask where can they go to buy a product or receive your services, and you don't have anywhere other than your phone number. What are you doing? Come on, level yourself up. You deserve to grow your business in a professional way. And Squarespace can help you schedule all of those new clients, along with building your mailing list, sending out those beautiful emails, all while providing you analytics, helping you with your SEO, and making the design process simple. And if you need any help in the process, don't be shy. Reach out to their award-winning customer service. If you'd like to try out Squarespace, then head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch that beautiful website, that professional, amazing website that you can send everybody to, head to squarespace.com/Julia Ayres to get 10% off of your first purchase of a domain or website.
Okay, so I have these shelves for inside the pantry because I want to have my spices better organized because they're all just kind of thrown in there with no rhyme or reason. Let's try to figure out how to build these while we answer some more questions. How do you get over a breakup? I think honestly the biggest answer to this is time. If you feel like you miss them or you feel, sad about them not being in your life anymore, like that's so normal and you shouldn't try to like fight those feelings away. It doesn't necessarily mean you should do anything about the feelings, by the way. Just to state that. If they shouldn't be in your life, then they shouldn't be in your life. And if they're not treating you right, then don't have them in your life. But I guess I should read what I'm doing. It didn't come with a screwdriver. I also think it's really important to give yourself the time to grieve and to miss them. I definitely in the past rushed into things after ending things with somebody else just for the pure reason of like the fear of being alone. Although that fear is very much still alive in my heart, I feel like everyone kind of has that fear. But that fear of being alone definitely overtook me many, many times where I didn't allow myself enough time to grieve or to get over people in like a productive way. I just kind of moved on without any rhyme or reason. And I feel like that's actually a very common thread for me is I just try to keep moving on. I just try to keep moving and I don't like to be like stagnant, I guess. But I think that's also my trauma brain trying to give myself as many distractions as I possibly can. Feel your feelings, and they fucking suck. They really suck. Like, it's not just some beautiful process to get over a breakup. It literally sucks butt. And you just kind of have to feel into it. Well, messed that one up. Okay. Wait. Oh. I thought none of the legs matched. I was like, I need to return this. Space. Oh my God, you need space from the person. Don't think that you can just like keep being friends with them right after you break up. Like that's so not smart. It will just keep refreshing the feelings in your brain and will never allow yourself enough time to get over the person. So give yourself space from the person that you're breaking up with as well. As much as you continuously want them in your lives and you think they're a great person, you want to be their friend, like take a while, depending on how long the relationship was and the intensity of the feelings and the reason that you guys broke up. Like take like a month or like it could be like 6 months or 8 months. And by then you could maybe not even want to be their friend anymore. So don't just hang out with the person to hang out with them. How do you avoid feeling lonely or getting in a downward spiral of emotions? Well, my friend, I don't think I have the actual answers to this question because it is freaking hard. It's so freaking hard and everyone's so individual. But I will do my best to answer from my own experience. Doing things that I love to do, doing things that are joyful to me, and also realizing that it's okay to freaking distract yourself. Like, it's actually okay. Because I feel like we always feel like we have to confront all of our feelings as soon as they flow into our lives, and we have to deal with them. We have to journal. We have to like read the books and like do the things. And it's just like, yeah, but sometimes your brain like actually just needs a fucking break, and you need to listen to like a comedy podcast or like a stand-up session or watch a funny movie or like watch your favorite YouTubers and like like that's actually what you need to do to like heal, because you are allowed to have fun even when hard emotions are flowing through your life. Try to continue to implement joy, even if it's the hardest thing that you have to do in a day. And continue to eat nourishing foods. Continue to move your body. Continue all of the good things, even if they are really, really difficult. And sometimes you don't want to do them. Most of the time you don't want to do them, even when you're in a good place in your mind. So maybe instead of doing super intense workouts or making the most in-depth, nourishing meals, just have simple ingredients in your house, like some frozen veggies and some rice. Like throw some plain tofu on top and like buy a store-bought dressing, and just make sure you are making your life easier while you're dealing with these difficult emotions, because the last thing that you want to do is put more stress on yourself. So continue eating nourishing foods, but make those nourishing foods as simple as you possibly can. Try to keep implementing healthy habits even when they feel like the most dreadful, horrible things that you could possibly do. And it does not have to be on a daily basis. You do not have to put a lot of stress on yourself to keep literally doing the key perfection of being a healthy person, but at least try to do a workout maybe once a week, or, you know, go for a walk and try to eat some nourishing foods the majority of the time. Again, perfection is never the answer. You talk a lot about loving your body. Any advice for people with self-harm scars? I personally have self-harm scars. You don't have to be shameful of them. They're literally part of your story. And as difficult as that may be to hold within our own hearts as the truth, it is the truth. It is part of our stories. Other people may not understand why we did such a thing, or be able to sympathize or relate to us for creating these scars on our own bodies. But at the same time, there are still so many people that do. There's so many people in this world that do understand that pain, do understand that experience of creating those scars on their own skin, and they can relate to you and understand why you would do such a thing. Jesus. I bought this massive jar of coconut oil a while ago for $22, which is absolutely freaking amazing, and that's why I bought it, because it's so freaking cheap. But oh my god, what do you do with a jar of coconut oil this big? I use it for toothpaste, I use it on my body, I use it in cooking, I use it for other things. It's gonna take me 4 years to get through this. Oregano, thyme, fennel, chili, salt, I'm so freaking hungry. I can't wait for my breakfast to finish. So I'm gonna have a banana with some peanut butter. Ooh, and a handful of dark chocolate cereal. What's the next piercing or tattoo you want to get? This is so fun. I think I want to get a mandala on my shin. So I want like a big mandala, like to cover like my entire shin. And then eventually, like as my leg piece progresses, I want like flowers and like more botanical type scenery to be spurting out the sides of it, is what I'm trying to say here. But the crappy thing is my tattoo artist is in Ontario. So I don't know when the next tattoo I'm gonna get is. Because I kind of don't want anybody else touching my leg. This was a great moment. What is the thing you wish to tell 18-year-old you? I think life is such a process and such a journey, and everything that I've learned has been in its perfect timing. But I think 18-year-old me would just need encouragement, just need assurance that you're on the right path. You're making all of the right decisions, even if it doesn't feel like you're making the right decisions. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna do things that you regret, and you're gonna feel bad about yourself, and that's totally okay because you're on the right path. So I also think I was really stubborn and maybe wouldn't have listened to actual advice. And I think I would like to reassure myself that you're gonna work for yourself one day and you're gonna love what you do. Because that was always a dream of mine. This is so good. The lemon juice, just like, I should have put lemon zest on it before I put it in the oven, but everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. So my friends, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you have any more questions for me, let me know down in the comments and I may answer some in my next vlog. I love you all so very much, and remember that your experience is unique to you as my experience is unique to me. Never compare yourself to anybody that you see online or that you see in person, because we're all struggling in our own unique ways. We're all fucked up in our own special way. So just keep being you and spread as much love and kindness as you possibly can in the world, because we need it. Sending you all my love, and I will see you again so very soon. Mwah!